Hope you're doing good. So today the session is on C Sharp. I'm just going to explain the basics of C Sharp. This tutorial is mainly for the beginners. Before starting the session, I just want to request you all to like and subscribe my channel. Also, if you have any queries, please paste it in the comment. I will be answering it. So I hope this session will help you all to understand the very basic of C Sharp. So I just wanted to let you all know what a programming language is. Program means it is it's a language which we use to interact between a human and a computer or a machine. So this interaction between human and the machine happens through a language called programming language. So there are variety of programming languages available today. Um, in they are like C, C++, Java. So among that, one of the languages C Sharp, and it's a language which was developed by Microsoft and that runs on .NET framework. So it has roots from C family. It's almost similar to C++ and Java. So it has become now the most popular programming language in the world. It's very easy to learn. It's very simple to use, and this is used by the development team mainly because it will by using this it reduces the cost because it has a reusing function. That means codes can be reused. That is the main preference it has. I mean, mainly it is used by many development in many developmental areas. So like it is used in web applications, mobile applications, desktop applications, web services, websites, games, and whatnot. Everywhere it is used. So the first part to download this Visual Studio is you have to just go to Google and search for Visual Studio 2019 and then go ahead and download. So here you see here the screen you see is a Visual Studio. So I have just opened a new Visual Studio. So here you see some of things like names using systems, namespace, class, static void. Um, these are all, these are all. I'll explain you these are all in the later session because once you learn the basics, you automatically understand why these is used in the programs. So at present, you just think that these are the requirements in the program and this will be present in all programs. At this moment, just remember it in that way. So later, when we deeply understand, you will automatically come to know this. And even I will also put another session on these things, what it is exactly, each and everything. So first, we'll just get into the very basics of C Sharp. So here today in the sessions, I'm going to say only about data types and variables. So what is a data type? Data type is nothing but you're telling a system what kind of data can be stored inside a variable. What is a variable then? Variable, it is nothing but it it is nothing but it's like a container. It is like a container. Okay, you have a container where you're storing the data values. That's it. I'll make it more simpler. So and now uh, data types are of three types: numerical, alphanumerical, boolean. So today now I'm going to tell about all the three data types. So let's start with numerical data types. I will just show you what a variable and what a data type is. So let's start with a numerical data type. Numerical data types. So here, So the first numerical data type would be int, and then float, int, float, double, then comes the long, and then short. So this long and short, I haven't seen in much widely used in any of the programs. So we don't much use this. We directly use this other one, int, float, double, and all. So here, int is a data type, and when I want to write an int, I have to mention a variable, and inside that variable, I have to store the value. So like now, int is a data type, a is a variable, and 10 is the value assigned to a variable. So variable is nothing but it is a container which has the data values. It stores the data values. So int is the type of the data. So this 10, and it is a integer type, and I have put the variable as a. So next is float. Uh, so I put it as, I'll take it as b, and float we will use to derive the decimal numbers. That's like if I want to give 10.9, and then but here in float I have to use another thing f, only then this floating variable will be considered as, it will be considered, otherwise it throws an error. So here I have put b is equal to 10.9 f. So this is all about float, and double is also used to specify the uh, decimal numbers only. So here if I am putting 10.9, it will consider as decimal. So no need to put that f and all. That is the difference. So here long and short is also a kind of a, like you can assign a numerical to it and use it. But since we are not using much, so I will just remove it just for your understanding. There are such kind of variables also available. I mean data types are also available. So now here we have given int, float, and double. These are all numerical data types, and mm, this will this integer always supports the whole numbers. Whenever you want to use a whole number, you can use it. Use a data type as int, and coming to the memory, it uses 4 bytes, and then float. Whenever you want to use a double, I mean you want to use a decimals, then you can use float, and double whenever you want to use decimals. Here again double also represents the floating number, or a double, or a decimals, or a decimal. So here it float also uses 4 bytes, and double will use 8 bytes of memory. Next, coming to other kind of data type, that's called the alphanumerical data type. uh, Alphanumerical data type. There are two kind of alphanumerical data types. One is the character, and another one is string. Another one is string. So character, string. So here in character, you can use like if I am taking a C1 is equal to character 1 is equal to a. I can only use a single character, no more than that. I can only use a single character. I cannot write much. Like if I want to buy a name, I cannot use character as a data type to mention the by name. So I can only use as single character. So it can be a character or it can be a number, anything. So only one digit number I can use using character. And but whereas in using strings, I can write much more. Like string is equal to, if I define a string and then if I give it like SANDHYA or anything of that sort, it will consider. So I can give a string value, complete strings, and it counts the strings. That means if I want to write something, a complete name, then I have to use strings. And even numbers also, it takes the complete string. So here, character will just take around 2 bytes of memory space, whereas strings, it will depend on how much characters it is written, that much of memory space it will take. So next type of data type is boolean. So here boolean data type. Boolean is very simple, wherein it has a two condition, either true or false. Those kind of data is like uh, boolean. Let me take it as b1 is equal to true, or it will be false. So one and the other one would be bool b2 is equal to false. Either it will be true or it will be false. So these are the different types of data types. So the next very basic, like here it simply means that if I want to interact with my machine, and if I just say 10, it doesn't understand what a 10 is. Instead of that, I have to tell what is it, a whole number, is it a float, is it a double. It means that needs to be uh, declared previously. So those declarations are called data types.